शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you all for our Gita overview class. So today we are going to discuss chapter 5 of the Bhagavad Gita. Last week we discussed chapter 4. Anyone remembers what is the acronym for chapter 4? Years. EARS. So what does E stand for? Eternal education. We saw that in the first section, which is I think 1 to 10, Lord Krishna spoke about the eternal education. We all learn so many educations in this world, but the education in this world, we have to just leave it here and go. Again, the degree of this life cannot be useful in the next life. You have to start all over again. But Krishna consciousness, bhakti, the Bhagavad Gita knowledge is an eternal education. Once you gain this knowledge, it is always there with you. It never goes away. So this was the first section, 1 to 10. We spoke about, Lord Krishna was mentioning this point about learning knowledge in parampara, and we learned many of some very important points. And the next section was A. A stood for accurate understanding, verse 11 to 15, accurate understanding. In this section, we discussed about Varnashram, we discussed about demigod worship, things like that. The third section is R, which stood for reactions. Right? So we saw Lord Krishna explaining that there are various reactions, action reactions in this world. We discussed this whole concept there. And the last section, S stood for sacrifices, various kinds of sacrifices. Lord Krishna explaining yoga yagya, tapo yagya, dravyama yagya, many kinds of yagyas, Patanjali yagya and everything. But Lord Krishna mentions what is the culmination of yagya. What is the culmination of yagya? Bhakti, yeah, but to gain knowledge. That's how Krishna mentions. So therefore that chapter is called Transcendental Knowledge. Fourth chapter, Lord Krishna says the best kind of yagya is to gain transcendental knowledge. And how do you gain transcendental knowledge? By approaching a guru. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Lord Krishna is mentioning this point about how we all have to accept a guru. So this was overall the fourth chapter. Lord Krishna also mentioned this transcendental knowledge is like a boat that helps us cross the ocean of miseries. Transcendental knowledge is like fire that burns all our impurities away. In this way, Lord Krishna ended the fourth chapter by telling Tasmat Agyana Sambhutam Ritstam Jnana Sitatmanah Chitvainam Samshayam Yogam Asti Uttishta Bharata. So therefore, Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, carry this weapon of transcendental knowledge, cut off your ignorance, get up and fight. So this was the fourth chapter. So today we are discussing the fifth chapter, which is called again Karma Yoga, Action and Krishna Consciousness. So one may wonder why there is another third chapter is also Karma Yoga in one sense. Why another chapter dedicated to Karma Yoga? So this chapter overall has 29 verses, and the acronym for this chapter is STEP. STEP. So Lord Krishna, just like any journey, in order to reach a destination, it all begins with a step. They say that in every journey, the most difficult part is the first step. Okay, as soon as you take you're always scared to take a first step in any journey. But as soon as you take the first step, the journey becomes a little more easier. So step by step we approach the Supreme Lord. So the second chapter, if you all remember, Lord Krishna spoke about different kinds of yajna, different kinds of yoga in the second chapter. Krishna spoke about karma yoga also. Krishna spoke about jnana also. So in one sense, in the second chapter, Lord Krishna had conveyed whatever he wanted to convey. But in the third chapter beginning, Arjuna had a question. My dear Krishna, you mentioned karma also, you mentioned jnana also. You tell me which I should follow. And then Lord Krishna spoke the third chapter speaking about karma yoga. Okay. But the fourth chapter again, Krishna spoke about knowledge, transcendental knowledge. Fourth chapter is transcendental knowledge. Now, in the beginning of the fifth chapter, Arjuna has the same confusion that he had at the beginning of the third chapter. It's almost same confusion. Because again, Lord Krishna has stressed on karma also and stressed on knowledge also. So the fifth chapter begins with Arjuna asking Krishna this question. Text 1. Arjuna Vacha Sanyasam Karmanam Krishna Punar Yogam na Samshasi Yachreya Eto Yor Ekam Tanme Duhi Sunashchitam. Arjuna is telling Lord Krishna, my dear Krishna, you make up your mind. You tell me clearly which I should do. Looks like you are only confused. So you tell me very clearly what I should do, whether I should do, whether I should renounce work, sannyasam karmanam kritva, yeah, I should follow karma yoga, the path of bhakti yoga. So this is how the fifth chapter begins again. So Lord Krishna, we will not get into each of these verses, but Lord Krishna explains basically, text 2 if you see, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasya Karo Tayostu Karmanam Sannyasa Karma Yoga Vishishyate. Lord Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, both are same. Nishreyasya Karo Ubo. Both are same. What both are same? Sannyasa and Karma Yoga. One is Karma Sannyasa, giving up all activities, and performing activities and devotion. Krishna says both are same. But Krishna says, Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yogo Vishishyate. But of the two, what is more superior is Karma Yoga, offering your activities to Krishna. So if you get the purports and you read it, you will see Prabhupada explaining the difference between work in devotion and mere renunciation. So when we just renounce something, when we prematurely renounce something, it is very difficult to maintain that position. Very difficult to maintain the position. Because the soul, the Atma, is by nature active. If you stop all activities, what will you do? The nature of the Atma is to be active. So rather than stopping all activities, it's to focus on activities that connect us to Krishna. Renunciation, the next point Prabhupada explains is, renunciation, if you see point number 2, is a stopgap solution. It doesn't purify the heart. But by performing bhakti to Krishna, by offering our activities in service of Krishna, our heart is purified. And in this way, Prabhupada explains that in the path of renunciation, there is a lot of struggle because the senses don't have an engagement. But in the path of bhakti, karma yoga, we can engage the senses in connection with Krishna. Like we have in the process of bhakti, with our eyes in the path of renunciation, you're not supposed to see anything. You're not supposed to hear anything. So difficult. But in the part of spirituality, Krishna consciousness, we can use our eyes to see deities of Krishna, right? We can use our ears to hear about Krishna. In the path of renunciation, you are not supposed to eat anything, especially no sweets. But in the path of bhakti, you can eat a lot of sweets, no problem. Offer it to Krishna and have. So which is better? Bhakti. Now you have got the point. Path of bhakti is better. The point is, this process is simply joyful. The path of mere renunciation is struggle. And at the end, there is no guarantee that, okay, even if you say, I'll take up to the path of renunciation, there is no guarantee you will get the supreme. But to the path of bhakti, just offering our activities to Krishna, very soon again Krishna. So this is the difference that Prabhupada mentions in these purports. So Prabhupada explains here that these two paths, Lord Krishna writes here, text 4, Sankyam yogo prathabhala pravadvanti na pandita ekam api astita samyak ubayor vindate phalam. So Lord Krishna says only the ignorant think of these two things are different things. One is jnana, one is karma. Those who are intelligent understand that both are interdependent. See, Gyan, what is the purpose of Gyan? The purpose of Gyan, when you keep reading all the scriptures, you will come to the point of surrender to Krishna. And what is the path of Bhakti? Offering all activities to Krishna. So either through Gyan or through Bhakti, ultimately one will come to the same point. So therefore both go hand in hand. This is what Lord Krishna explains. So then Lord Krishna explains the consciousness of a karma yogi. Next few set of verses, especially text 7, text 8, Lord Krishna explains the consciousness of a yogi. A yogi, or one who is in Krishna consciousness, such a person may be doing a lot of activities. But because he understands that he is not this body, there is a sense of detachment. You have to do activities as long as you're there in this world. Even a yogi has to do all activities, but he's not attached to those activities. He's just doing it as a sake of duty. That's what Lord Krishna explains here. He neither identifies with the body nor performs activities. He just does it for the purification of the soul. And in this section, the first section, Lord Krishna explains the result of being a karma yogi. Lord Krishna says, such a person is never entangled. Who is never entangled? One who works for Krishna, one who uses his activities for Krishna, such a person is never entangled. Because he is serving Krishna. See, the path of bhakti, there is activities. Generally, karma is the cause of bondage. Okay? That's why jnani is, they don't want to do any karma. But Lord Krishna says, karma is a cause of bondage, but the same karma can liberate you. Just like an example, if you're walking on the forest barefoot and a thorn pricks you, what do? You take another thorn to remove this thorn. Okay? Or another example, if you eat too much sweets, too much milk, you get indigestion. What is the cure for indigestion? Curd. The same milk in another form is a cure. Getting the point? So karma activities is the cause of bondage. But the same karma in a different way, when offered to Krishna, can liberate us. Right? That's what Lord Krishna explains here, that such a person is never entangled. He doesn't incur any reactions. And Lord Krishna says, these are set of the shlokas that come here. We will not get into the detail. Lord Krishna says, such a person is very dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. And such a karma yogi, completely peaceful, he has no anxiety over the result. Just like in the Kurukshetra war, one time, Bhishma Dev had made this vow. Duryodhan would regularly taunt Bhishma, you're not fighting with your heart. So Bhishma Dev took a vow, Duryodhan, tomorrow morning will kill the 5 Pandavas with 5 arrows. So Duryodhan said, okay, good, finally you're doing something. Give me those 5 arrows. So Duryodhan took those 5 arrows to sleep. Lord Krishna lost his sleep in the camp of Arjuna. And Arjuna is first time seeing Krishna. What is wrong with you? You're not getting any sleep. And Arjuna went to sleep. Lord Krishna is waking Arjuna, Arjuna, get up. They have Bhishma Deva has taken a vow, tomorrow all of you are going to die. Arjuna said, for me no problem. I've taken shelter of you, you have to figure out how to save us. And Arjuna went to sleep. So the point is, when someone surrenders to Krishna, when someone activities for Krishna, Krishna takes care of all that person's life completely. So such a person doesn't have any anxiety. Just like a government servant, government servant is blissful. Why? Because the government takes care of everything. This time, you have all facilities that you need. After that, you get pension. Life is sorted. Actually, Prabhupada gives this example. If a government servant is blissful, because government is taking care of everything, your work for government, your entire life, the government takes care. Imagine if a government can take so much responsibility that this person is so peaceful. If you're working for Krishna, who is the government of all governments, the topmost person, what anxiety you will have? Krishna will take care of all your anxiety. Right? You don't have to worry at all. So this is the point here. Such a person is completely peaceful. Lord Krishna gives us very beautiful verse. Text 10. Brahmani adya karmani sangam tyaktva karotiya lipte nasapapena padmapatram ivambasa. Lord Krishna says, one who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. So this is called a lotus leaf effect. A lotus leaf, where does a lotus leaf grow? What kind of water? Muddy water. Muddy water lotus grows. But if you see, the lotus leaf is untouched by the muddy water. Therefore, if you have seen the acronym for the first section, what was the acronym mentioned? Yes. What does S stand for? Stay in this world, but not of this world. This is the statement of Jesus Christ. Stay in the world, but not of this world. We can't run away from the world. We have to do the things in this world, but we are supposed to be unaffected. This world is like a muddy, dirty water. You'll agree or not, I don't know. It's a place where, automatically just staying here, your body becomes contaminated, your mind becomes contaminated. You don't have to do anything. This is a dirty, muddy place. So we can't run away from here. Now that we have come here, we shouldn't have come here anyway. That we have come here, we cannot run away immediately. So while we stay here, the way to deal in this world, the art of living is to apply that wax coating. If there is on a lotus leaf, there's a wax coating. As soon as the muddy water drop falls on it, it just slips away. So this is the way we have to live this world. So the art of Krishna consciousness, process of Krishna consciousness applies that wax coating. After that, even we are there in this world, we don't become so much affected by the dirt and all the surroundings around. This is what Lord Krishna explains here. Text 11 is also an important verse. Lord Krishna says, Kayena manasa buddhya kevaler indrerapi yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktvatma shuddhaye. The yogis, abandoning attachment, act with body, mind, intelligence, and even the senses only for the purpose of purification. So Lord Krishna, Arjuna's idea was just give up everything. Nothing for mind, nothing for intelligence, nothing for senses. Lord Krishna says, no need to do that. Kayena manasa buddhya. Kayena is body, manasa is mind, buddhya is intelligence. Lord Krishna is saying, you don't have to shut all this. You can use your senses, you can use your mind, you can use your intelligence. But for what? Only for the purpose of purification. Sangam tyaktvatma shuddhaye. For what? For what? What are we using our mind, intelligence, senses? It should be for purification. Yeah, for Krishna and for purification. So that is the idea. Prabhupada in this purport, he explains the definition of Jivan Mukta. If you see, there's a slogan in this purport. Iha yasya harer dase karmana manasa gira nikilastu api avasthasu jivan muktasya uchyate. Who is a jivan mukta? One who uses his karmana manasa gira. Again, the same principle. Huh? This is Rupa Goswami's word. Same principle. When you use your mind, intelligence, body in service of Krishna, what are you called? Jivan muktasya uchyate. You are in this world, but not of this world. We give this example. A coconut, when the coconut gets dried, it gets disconnected from that shell. After that, you shake the coconut, you can see that it's disconnected. It is in the shell, but not connected to that shell. So such a person is not a liberated soul. He's still in the body, but he's not affected by the pains and sufferings of the body. Right? So this is the process that Lord Krishna is explaining here. So this was almost the first section. There's another very important verse in this, text 12. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shantim apnoti neshtim ayukta kamakarena phala sakto nibadhyate. Very beautiful. What Krishna says, Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shantim apnoti neshtim. If we all want shanti, if we all want peace, how do we get peace? Yukta karma phalam tyaktva. One has to engage in Krishna consciousness with giving up the desires for results. Karma phalam tyaktva. So that means you don't work for your sense gratification, you work for Krishna. If you do that, you'll be peaceful. But on the other hand, ayukta kama karena. Ayukta means connected to Krishna. So what Krishna is saying, someone who's connected to Krishna and is not attached to results, is offering results to Krishna, such a person is peaceful. But if you are ayukta, if you are not connected, kama karena, if you are working for enjoying the results, what will happen? Phale saktu nibadhyate. Such a person will become entangled and he will lose all his peace. So that's the idea that Lord Krishna is giving here. If you are connected to Krishna, to the process of Krishna consciousness, whatever Krishna has given us, the body, mind, intelligence, we use it in Krishna's service, we will get peace, we will get freedom from suffering, we will experience all this. Just like Prabhupada gives this example, you have one main switch, na? As soon as you put on that one main switch, all the lights come on, all the fans come on, right? So similarly, you don't have to put on different switches independently. The Krishna consciousness is that one main switch. You put on that one main switch, everything works for you. But if that main switch is not for you, you put on all the other switches, still there will not be any light in your life. So therefore, connecting to Krishna is very, very important. So this was section 1. Now section 2 is from verse number 13 to 16. So the first section is stay in this world but not of this world. Verse 1 to 12. Okay? So Arjuna had this question, whether should I just renounce or should I perform work in devotion? Lord Krishna is very clear that one should do work in devotion. Work in service of Krishna. In this way, you will not be affected by these situations in this world. The next section, 13 to 16, Lord Krishna explains about 3 doers. This is something that's very important. 3 kinds of doers. So before Lord Krishna gets into this idea of 3 doers, Lord Krishna uses a certain word. You see text 13, Lord Krishna says, Navadware pure dehi. This body, this is a very interesting idea that Lord Krishna is conveying here. This body is like a city with 9 gates. We all have 9 gates, 2 eyes, ears, mouth, genitals, anus, 9 gates. So our body is like a city and we are living in the city. Or a flat, someone lives in that flat. Okay? You become attached to that flat of yours or that house of yours, but are you that house? You're not that house. Even when you leave that house, your existence continues. You get attached to that house, my house, this, that, but actually that is not yours. Similarly, this body we get attached to, we feel this is me, but this is where we are staying. Lord Krishna in the Gita, the 13th chapter, he explains about Kshetra and Kshetragya. This body is the field, and we are staying in this field, we are staying in this house. So this is a very interesting way to look at our body. Our body is just a place for the Atma to stay for some time. After some time, we'll have to vacate and go. Just like now someone is staying in a rented place. Okay, or contract hai, whatever, 2 years, 3 years. Contract gets over, the owner comes and tells you, go, please go. This fellow says, no, I can't go. This is my house. That fellow will tell you, you have to go. You have to go. Or like you go to a hotel. Okay, you stay for 3 days. After that, that person tells you, your checkout time has come. You tell, this hotel is so good, your room is so comfortable, I want to stay here. They will literally kick you out. They will kick you out. You cannot stay there permanently. Hotel, you have gone, stay for 2-3 days, go out. Again, if you get attached to that comforts in that place, it's a problem. Similarly, we are there in this body, we are supposed to do what we are supposed to do, perfect our lives and be ready for that period when we have to actually check out this body or check out our hotel room, right? So this is the first thing that Lord Krishna explains, city of 9 gates. We are living in the city, we are not the city. And then Lord Krishna explains in this set of verses 13 to 16, 3 kinds of doers. We, the Atma, Jiva, Prakriti, material nature, and Krishna, God. 3 kinds of doers. All these 3 kinds of doers are needed for any activity to be done. We give this simple example. Just like now, you have to go from, I think we gave this example during our journey of self-discovery also. You have to go from here to Miramar. Yeah? You have to go to the beach. You go out and sit in a taxi or in a rickshaw and you tell the rickshaw guy, take me to Miramar. And the driver takes you to Miramar. Once you reach there, he will pay me. You cannot tell him, Baba, you also enjoyed the ride now. You also had fun. So why I should pay you? He will tell you, no, I also enjoyed the ride, but I started the ride because of you. You desired, therefore I started. So activity, the responsibility of any activity is not with Krishna. It is ultimately with all of us. Many times people give this kind of reason. They say that, I committed sin because Krishna inspired me. So I am not responsible. We are only responsible because we are the ones who desire. So these 3 kinds of doers, just like we go and sit in a rickshaw. Now for me to go from here to Miramar beach, I have to be there, right? My desire has to be there. A vehicle has to be there and the driver has to be there. Imagine if of the 3, one is not there, I will not be able to go. Imagine if I am there, a rickshaw is there, but the driver is not there, I will not be able to reach. And on the other hand, if the driver is there, I am there, rickshaw only is not there, I will not be able to reach. All 3 things are needed for any activity to be done, right? So this is what Lord Krishna explains here, that 3 kinds of doers. But ultimately, we are responsible because of our desire that we have. So in this world, we get caught in this world, we suffer in this world because of desires. We have come in this world because we wanted to enjoy. And the way we can go out of this world is because of desire only. That same desire will take us out. So the path of Krishna consciousness, while we come to satsangs, when we read Gita, Bhagavad, what is actually happening is slowly our desires are getting changed. Or rather, it should get changed. That's what the real change is. Change of desires. Before we come to Krishna consciousness, we have so many desires. But after we come in Krishna consciousness, our desires change. We pray to Krishna. I mean, before Bhakti also, so many Janmashtamis came, na? Okay? So many Janmashtamis came, so many Ramnavamis came. Before that, what was a prayer to Krishna? Probably would have gone to Krishna and prayed, my dear Krishna, let me get good marks. I remember every vacations, summer vacations when we were small children, we would go to our hometown, Kanchipuram. We would have a Varadaraj temple there. And clearly remember, because what happens? Uh, yeah. So as soon as you enter this place, you also put your mobile silent. So I clearly remember. See, summer vacations, you answer your final exams and go, whichever standard, and then you wait for the results to come. I clearly remember every time I would go during summer vacations to Balraj temple, Vishnu temple, my only prayer was, my dear Lord, let me get good results. This was the only prayer I remember. There's nothing else I prayed actually for. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, same temple you go, the prayers are different. My dear Lord, let me purify my heart, let me serve you better. This is what is supposed to change. Our desires are supposed to change. In the Bhagavatam, you have the story of Nalakuber Manigri. They were two sons of Kubera whom Lord Krishna liberated. So before they met Krishna and Narad Muni, before they got the path of bhakti, their only aim in life was to enjoy, get more money, all this. But after they got this process, when they meet Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna is asking them, what do you want? This is their prayer. Vani gunanu katane shravanau kathayam hastau cha karmashu manastava padayorna smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat pramane drishti satam darshanestu bhagavat tanuna. So they are praying to Krishna, my dear Krishna, let me use my faculty to speak, to only speak about you. Vani gunanu katane, let me just speak about you. Shravanau kataya, let me hear about you. Hastau cha karmasu, let me use my hands to serve you. Manastava pada yorna. My dear Krishna, let me use my mind to always think about you. Smritya shirastava nivasa jagat pramane. Let me use my head to bow down to you and to bow down to your creation, which is so wonderful. Drishti satatam darshanestu bhavattanuna. Let me use my eyes to see your deities and to see the great souls, the devotees of Krishna. So desires have changed if we want to get actually liberated. So Lord Krishna in this section 13 to 16, Lord Krishna explains about three kinds of doers. The third section, 17 to 28, Lord Krishna explains about another very important principle called equal vision. How a karma yogi or a devotee has equal vision. So very, very important. Literally, this is from verse number 17 till almost the second last verse of this chapter. So Lord Krishna explains many interesting points here. Text 17. Tad buddhayas tad atmanas tannishnas tad parayana gachanti apunar avrittim jnana niruta kalmasa. Lord Krishna says, tad buddhayas tad atmanas tad nishtas tad parayana. Lord Krishna says, one's intelligence, one's mind, one's faith, one's refuge, shelter, everything should be fixed on Krishna. So if such a person is fixing everything on Krishna, such a person enters into the spiritual world. So the same principle that Lord Krishna is stressing here has been stressing in this chapter. Our mind, intelligence, faith, refuge. We always have faith in something. Refuge is to take shelter. We take shelter of something. So if we can take shelter of Krishna, invest faith in Krishna, use our mind, intelligence for Krishna, Gachanti apunar avrittim. Gachanti is after giving up this body, such a person, apunar, he doesn't have to come back to this cycle of birth and death, he can actually get liberated. Text 18 is a very important verse in this section for equal vision. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shuni chaiva shopake cha pandita samadarshina. Lord Krishna is saying Vidya vinaya sampanne. The translation is the humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, can see with equal vision a learned and gentle brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, can see everyone with equal vision. So one who is really knowledgeable, intelligent person, he can see everyone with equal vision. He treats everyone equally because he sees that Krishna as the super soul is present everywhere. So he is always in the mood of giving respect. One of the previous verse, the shloka which I told you about uh, Nalu Kuver Manidev, it has the same principle here. If you see that shloka, it says, Smrityas Shiras Tava Nivasa Jagat Pranami. So it says, my dear Krishna, let me offer respects to your creation. What does it mean? That means ultimately everything is an energy of Krishna. In everyone there is an energy of Krishna. Paramatma is there, Atma is there. So devotee of Krishna is just not about offering respects to Krishna. He's offering respects to everyone. Just today evening, we were having our Gaur Leela session. We were discussing when Namacharya Haridas Thakur, who is Lord Chaitanya's very great associate, before he was leaving to the spiritual world, he was almost leaving his body. Before giving up his body, he is offering respects to all the Vaishnavas. Even though Krishna, Lord Chaitanya is in front of him, he is not only focusing on Krishna, he is offering respects to everyone. Yesterday, I think, was the Tukaram Beach Tithi, the day when Tukaram Maharaj went to the spiritual world in Dehu, that Vaikunt Viman comes and Tukaram in the same body enters into the spiritual world. So Tukaram Maharaj's life, it is explained that when that spiritual airplane came to take Tukaram was so respectful. He was offering respects to all the Vaishnavas, all the people of Dehu, seeking their blessings, asking forgiveness from any mistake that he might have committed, and then he goes. So the point is, this is a very important principle, Vidya Varya Sampanne, to be humble. A sage matlab, an evolved spiritual person is humble and he always gives respects to everyone. Not only everyone, everything, every animal. This is how we should be living life. If you can live life like this, Lord Krishna will be very, very happy. If you can treat Krishna's energies, Krishna's children with great care and respect, we are automatically showing Krishna that we also love him, respect him. For us, we are not going to see Krishna immediately. What we are going to see is Krishna's devotees, what we are going to see is Krishna's children. How we treat them is very much reflects the kind of love and respect we have for Krishna. And here it refers to a cow, elephant, dog eater. So treating even animals, treating even other species very respectfully. This is a very, very important part of an evolved spiritual person. So more and more, if our heart is becoming broad, the sense of compassion is there, that means we are actually evolving according to Bhagavad Gita. Right? So, the next few verses, Lord Krishna speaks about a very important point. Just give me a section. Yeah. Yeah. So now, from this was text 18, where Lord Krishna spoke about evolution. Now, Lord Krishna, from text 2021 and all, Lord Krishna is speaking about a very important principle about happiness. So if you see text 21, Lord Krishna says, Bhaya sparsheshu asaktatma vindati atmani yat sukham sa brahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. So Lord Krishna says, a yogi, one who's evolved. So Lord Krishna in this section, he's explaining the qualities of an evolved or an advanced yogi. Or if you are looking for certain qualities, like in a journey, if you are going from one place to another, if you want to know whether you are going on the right path, there will be certain milestones that will come. That means you are walking on the same path. So Lord Krishna is saying here, when we are walking on the path of spirituality, these are certain qualities that should reflect in us. One is having equal vision, respecting everyone. So here Lord Krishna, in text 20 also he says, No parshiyet priyam prapya, no dvijet prapya cha priyam, sthira buddhir asamudo, brahma vid brahmani sthita. So for the qualities Lord Krishna is explaining, someone who is advanced, no parshiyet priyam prapya, when he gets something that he wants, he doesn't become too happy. And when he gets something that he doesn't want, he doesn't become too sad. He sees everything with equal vision. And then in text 21, Lord Krishna says, Bhaya sparshyesu asaktatma vindati atmani yat sukham sa brahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. So if you want to experience akshaya, you have heard this word akshaya, like you have akshaya tritiya. What does akshaya tritiya mean? Huh? No end. So generally people buy gold on akshaya tritiya. They hope that once you buy gold on akshaya tritiya, the gold will be increasing more and more. Again, that's their idea of akshaya, right? So we all want what kind of happiness? Sukham akshayam ashnute. We want temporary happiness or eternal happiness? So Lord Krishna is saying, if you want to enjoy akshaya sukha, kshaya means ending. In this world, the sukha is kshaya. If you want akshaya, unlimited happiness, then what do you have to do? Bhaya sparshyesu asaktatma. First thing Lord Krishna is saying is, Bhaya sparshyesu. We have to stop sense gratification. Bhaya sparshyesu asaktatma vindati atmani yat sukham. If you want unlimited happiness, senses will give you kshaya happiness, temporary happiness. If you want unlimited happiness, you have to turn within. You have to find that happiness in the level of the Atma. Sa Brahma Yuga Yukta Atma. Again the word Yukta. Brahma Yukta. What does it mean? One who is connected to Krishna. Finding happiness within means what? Connecting the Atma to Krishna. We chant Hare Krishna. When we connect to Krishna, then we experience unlimited happiness. Ramante Yogino Anante. In the next sloka, if we see text 22, in the purport, Prabhupada mentions this verse. Ramante Yogino Anante Satyananda Chidatmani Iti Rama Padaneshu Param Brahma Vidiyate. So, the Supreme Lord Krishna is also called Rama. What does Rama mean? Rama means the source of unlimited pleasure. In this world, none of the things in this world can be called Ram, because it is not source of unlimited pleasure. If you want unlimited, Sukham Akshayam Ashnote, we have to connect to Ram. So therefore it says, Ramante Yogino Anante Satyananda Chidatmani. The yogis, they are very intelligent. Devotees are very intelligent, because they find happiness they want in Rama. Ramante Yogino Anante Satyananda Chidatmani. Because Ram, Krishna is true. Is the truth. In this world, even if you get happiness, it is not the truth, the correct happiness. It's all illusory in this world. So therefore, if you want to experience real happiness, Lord Krishna is saying, we have to detach from external things and connect with Krishna. Text 22. Yahi samparsha javoga dukkayona evate Adi antavanta konteya Matesho ramate buddha. But Krishna is explaining here, yahi samparsha javoga. So someone may say, what is the problem with material happiness? What Krishna is saying here, yahi samparsha javoga dukkha yonaya evate. As soon as your senses come in contact with sense gratification, we experience happiness. But Lord Krishna is saying here, dukkha yona evate. Such a person experiences misery. Why? Adi antavanta konteya. Because the pleasures in this world have a beginning, have an end. It is not eternal. Is there any eternal pleasure in this temporary world? There is nothing as eternal pleasure in this world. What is eternal pleasure? Nothing here. Right? So this is all temporary. Adi antamanta konteya nateshu rate buddha. So Lord Krishna says, an intelligent person doesn't take part in such pleasures. Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he gives a very beautiful verse from Bhagavatam. Nayam deho deha bhajam toke krishna kamam harhate vidbujam ye tapotivyam puttakaya sattvam shuddhyed yasmat brahma sokyam to anatam. Srila Prabhupada would quote this verse n number of times. Prabhupada would love this verse. This is Rishabdev, one of the avatars of Krishna, teaching his children, 100 sons. So Rishabdev is telling his children, Nayam deho deha bhajam loke. This human form is not meant to enjoy like animals. Animals also have enjoyment, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. But this human form is not meant for those kind of enjoyment. This human form is meant for tapotivyam utrakayena sattva. We have to do some little tapasya. For what? Shudyet yasmat brahma sokyam to anantam. So that we can purify our hearts and experience sokyam to anantam. Sukham akshayam ashnute. The same principle. Whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, this principle is same. If you want to experience unlimited happiness, Sukham Akshayam Ashnute, the Brahma Sokyam to Anantam, we have to connect with Krishna. That is the whole principle that Krishna is stressing on here. We have to withdraw the senses from the things in this world and then connect to Krishna. Text 23, Lord Krishna explains, Shaknoti hai yah shodum Prak sharira vimokshat Kama krodhat bhavam vegam Sayukta sa sukhi nara. So Lord Krishna is explaining here, Shaknoti haiva yah shodum Prak sharira vimokshanat Kama krodhat bhavam vegam Sayukta sa sukhi nara. So Lord Krishna is saying, see, we may say that hey, we have to stop sense gratification, all this, but it is not easy. Being in this world, being in this body, the pullings and pushings of the senses will be there. It is not that as soon as you take mala in hand, you are like transported to the spiritual world. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he would hear Hare Krishna, he would actually enter into Krishna Leela. But we are not on that level. We are still very attached to this body, right? We are in very much body consciousness. The senses keep pulling us, pushing us. So Lord Krishna is understanding. Krishna is not saying that immediately you will transcend. Krishna is saying, Shaknoti haiva yah shodum prak sharira vimokshana. So Lord Krishna is saying, till the end of life, these pushings and pullings will be there. Kama krodhat bhavam vegam. Veg is force. Veg is a force. The force of lust, the force of anger, the force of desire. These things will be there. Till when? Till the moment of death it will be there. Only when the body dies, these things will go temporarily. Till the next body comes. Again it will come again. Right? So these things are going to be there. So what Lord Krishna is saying here? Sayukta sa sukhi nara. What we are supposed to do? Tolerate. Krishna is not saying control. Krishna is saying what? Tolerate. Control is very difficult for us. Tolerate. Aega, sahan karo, jayega. These desires will come, just tolerate. It will come and it will go. If you hold on to it and you start planning and acting, it is a problem. It will come, it will hit with its force, but it will go also. It will subside. Like any thought that comes, it comes with a certain force, but after some time the thought dies up. There is no thought that is permanent. It will be replaced by a next thought. So just allow it to go. So in this way, Lord Krishna is explaining this principle about how a yogi should experience happiness not externally but internally. Text 24, again the same principles going on here about happiness. Yo anta sukha anta aramas tata antar jyoti evaya sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma putodi gacchati. You see in this verse, the word anta is coming again and again. Yo anta sukha anta aramas tata anta jyotir evaya. So one who finds happiness within, one who's active within, one who rejoices within, such a person is actually connected to Krishna. So yogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhutodi gacchati. So real Krishna consciousness means you are finding your happiness on a spiritual level. Slowly we have to make this shift, right? So this section, almost from 21 till 24, Lord Krishna is touching the topic about happiness. What is not real happiness? What is temporary happiness? What is eternal happiness? Lord Krishna is saying this. The next two verses, Lord Krishna explains qualities to achieve liberation. 25. Labante Brahma Nirvanam Dashayashina Kalmasa Chinnadvaidva Yatatmana Sarvabhuta Hiterata. One who is beyond the dualities that arise from doubt, whose minds are engaged within, who's always busy working for the welfare of others, who are free from sins, attain liberation. So Lord Krishna is touching various aspects here. If you want to attain liberation, you have to be free from doubts. How do you be free from doubts? By coming to satsangs, reading Gita, Bhagavad, gradually doubts go away. Lord Krishna is speaking about Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata. A devotee is not only thinking about his liberation, but he is also working for the welfare of others. Spirituality is not selfish. It's not that we want to go to the spiritual world and allow others to all rot here. A devotee wants to go, but he wants to take everyone also along. So working for others' welfare. Srila Prabhupada at the age of 70, Prabhupada was working very hard, very tirelessly to push on this mission. So this is also a very important principle. Trying to help others in their spiritual life. And then Lord Krishna is explaining here, Rashaya Sheena Kalmasa, freedom from sin. So such a person who is on the path of liberation should be free from all sinful reactions. I want to explain this chart to you. Can I just explain this chart? This is a very important chart. How many of you have ever seen this chart, the cycle of sin? Those who have done a little deeper study of scriptures, they know. So I'll just show you this chart very quickly. It will tell you how we can actually deal with sin. So there are different levels of sin. Just like if sin is like a seed, a seed to become a fruit, there are different levels. Na? First to plant the seed, then a little sapling comes, then becomes a little bigger, then fruit comes. Fruit also two types. One is unripe fruit and ripe fruit, like that. So the scriptures explain the cause of all sin is ignorance, avidya. Ignorance. What does ignorance means? Thinking that we are this body is the cause of all sin. That from that ignorance comes sinful desires. Sinful desires is called bija, seed. Right? Seed is called bija. Na? Sinful desires is like seed. From that seed comes papa. Actually, before bij is another word called kuta. Right? See, there may be many seeds, many sinful desires. But the desire that we choose to focus on and plant it in our heart, that is what will give rise to action. So we may have unlimited sinful desires in a dormant form, but when we zoom in into one desire and plant it in our heart, then we commit papa. Now that papa is like a tree. This papa has two reactions. As soon as you commit a crime, sinful activity, I'll not use crime, a sinful activity, there are two things. Prarabdha, aprarabdha, prarabdha. You might have heard these words. Aprarabdha means reaction that is yet to come. And prarabdha means the reaction we are suffering now. So what we are suffering now is because of some sin that we might have done even in our past life. Okay? That's why we are suffering now. And there may be many unmanifest reactions still in the pipeline. And all the more there may be unlimited seeds in our hearts. So the whole cycle is actually very, very complicated. We are in a very difficult situation. And as soon as we commit sin, this prarabdha, and then suffering. The problem, is what? Suffering is not the problem. The problem is, a bigger problem is, as soon as you commit sin, you suffer. But what happens is, the desire to commit sin becomes more stronger. It's like a cycle. So here the word kutam is sinful proclivity. Every time you commit a sin, you suffer, and the desire to commit that sin again increases more. So it's a never-ending complex. It's a never-ending complex. But the only way you can get rid of this is hitting the point of ignorance. Therefore, the path of Krishna consciousness, all the Gita, Bhagavad study, the chanting of Hare Krishna, hits that ignorance. And we come to the point gradually that I am not this body, I am spirit, soul, I am a servant of Krishna. When we act on that level, actually, we get free from all sins. So Lord Krishna explains various points here about self-discipline, about endeavoring for perfection, like that. So we will read text 26 also. Kama krodha vimuktatma yatinam yata chetasam abhito brahma nirvanam varate viditatmana. Free from anger and material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, constantly endeavoring for perfection. So these are very important principles what Krishna is speaking here. Yatinam yata chetasam. Yata chetasam is control over the mind. And then Lord Krishna is speaking about endeavoring for perfection. So we have to be self-disciplined, and all the more we have to endeavor for perfection. It's like a child learning to walk or a runner learning to run. Whatever field it is, you have to keep endeavoring again and again. So this is what Lord Krishna explains here. And then finally, the last section, last verse, which is the last section also, 29. Step, STEP. S stood for stay in this world, but not of this world, verse number 1 to 12. T stood for three doers, verse number 13 to 16. Stood for equalization, 17 to 28. And then P stands for peace formula, peace. This is a very important verse in this chapter and in the Gita. Bhoktaram yajatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suradham sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. First principle. Enjoy, we will lose our peace. There will be anxiety. It's like in Ramayana, Raman wanted to enjoy because he was most miserable, most frustrated. Because we are not enjoyers. We are only servants of Krishna meant for his enjoyment. Like in Jagannath Puri, you go, for Jagannath, chappan bhog is offered every day. Okay. You may want to eat it, but now if I put chappan bhog in front of you, how much you can eat? Okay. Jagannath ji, after the Rath Yatra gets over, there's a return Rath Yatra. On that day, they such a big matka, they offer rasgullas to Jagannath. Such a big matka, right? Can we eat that many rasgullas? We may look at Jagannath and say, Jagannath, even I could be in your place. Then how much we can eat? If you eat too much rasgullas, you will have to get admitted to hospital. Right? There will be a big problem. Okay? So we want to enjoy, but we cannot enjoy Krishna. So the first principle, if you want to experience peace, to understand, Krishna is the enjoyer. I am supposed to cooperate with Krishna's enjoyment, not compete and become an enjoyer. Second is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. What does Sarvaloka Maheshwaram mean? Krishna is the owner of everything. Okay, we are not the owners. I think last Saturday program I was giving this example. One businessman came to Srila Prabhupada and told Srila Prabhupada, I have factory in this place, this place, this place. So many factories, I don't get sleep in the night. So Prabhupada said, very simple. You write all your factories in ISKCON's name and go to sleep. I mean, he never expected this. But people want to go to a sadhu for a solution, but they're not ready to follow it. So this person said, Prabhupada, I will come back to you. Prabhupada told his disciples to take his number. This person said, Prabhupada, I will contact you. Prabhupada said, no, you also should have your number to contact you. So the point is, we are not the owners. We are temporarily in a particular place. We have something in our custody for some time, that we are not proprietors. Krishna is the proprietor. And the last principle is Suradam Sarva Bhutanam. Krishna is our dearmost friend. We all want friends in our life, well-wishers in our life. But people in this world, they really cannot help us so much because they have their own problems. But how much can your friend really help you? Like someone who's drowning, how much can we save someone else who's drowning? But Krishna is our actual friend. So if we connect to Krishna on this level, if we make friendship with Krishna, open our hearts to Krishna, then we can actually experience peace. Then that peace formula is possible. So this is what the fifth chapter is about. Stay in this world, but not of this world. The three doers, equal vision, and the last point about peace. Now, the sixth chapter, which we will do the next time, is Dhyana Yoga. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions, any comments? Okay. Okay. I hope all of you all are doing some homework also at home. You are going through the purports and all. Therefore, Krishna uses the word endeavor. You have to endeavor also a little. So please try to go through. Probably after chapter 6, we will have some kind of review, some kind of way to test. Otherwise, we'll just keep going on. We have to also see how much you are retaining, how much you are understanding. Okay. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.